This is a review of the 8-inch chef knife by Zelite Infinity. It is made of VG10 super steel and ultra sharp. The knife itself comes in a very nice gift box that makes a good presentation when you give this to a friend or family member. This would be ideal for anybody who works in the kitchen as a chef. This is an ultra high quality knife, and my wife has used it and she absolutely loves it. This knife is extremely well made, of the highest quality materials, and very beautiful. This is a fiberglass handle shaped perfectly to help balance the knife and give you an excellent grip. It's shaped to fit your hand. The blade itself, you can see, has a design on the side. The blade is ultra sharp, and it's made of VG10 Damascus high carbon stainless steel. It's actually a core design with a core of high carbon steel and 33 layers of high carbon stainless steel on each side of the inner core. The texture on the side of the knife makes it a non-stick blade. I have the lights adjusted so you can see the pattern on the steel. It shows the layers of the different coatings on the side, and this surface here is quite beautiful, but it also makes the surface so slick and so nicely designed that it makes it virtually non-stick. The blade itself literally slides through any item that you're cutting. What I like is the knife itself, which is balanced on my finger, has a nice balance between the weight of the blade and the handle. It gives you good feel when using the knife. The other thing I like is that it's a full tang knife, which means the steel runs all the way through the center of the handles, and that improves the strength. So when you're cutting something that's very difficult to cut, you really have good control, and you're not going to worry about breaking the handle off a knife and cutting yourself. Its fine tip end allows you to do delicate cutting, and most of your cutting will occur here in the middle, but this back here acts as a chopping surface, so if you're cutting something and you want to, you can cut it with the back of the knife and rock it onto the cutting board. It's a very nice action the way it's designed with this curved blade. The full tang design on the knife itself makes it strong enough to even cut difficult items, even to slice through things like frozen foods or bones in chicken, for example. My wife actually made some fruit salad with this, and she cut up a fresh pineapple, which is always difficult because they can get pretty hard with the outside surface of them, and she absolutely had no problem at all. As a matter of fact, it was almost too easy. She actually nipped her finger a little bit with the knife. As you can see, the knife is large. I have big hands, and it's big enough to do any cutting tasks that you'd have to do in any kitchen. I also like how the handle itself is riveted with heavy rivets to hold it in place. It makes the handles of the knife very nice and sturdy. My wife has used this knife for several days, cutting different items. I have to tell you, she's totally impressed with it. She said it cuts so quickly and so smoothly, she can really tell the difference between it and her other knives. She hasn't used any other knife but this one since she's got it to test. This is an excellent product, very, very high quality, very nice blade, very sharp, and very well made. We're going to test this knife, and we're going to cut a fresh pineapple. These aren't the easiest things in the world to cut, so I think it's a good test to see if this knife is really good and sharp. Here we go. We're going to cut this up. And how would you rate the knife?
That's a pretty sharp knife. It's a good one.
Now my wife is going to core the pineapple. So how does that knife compare to the other knife you used to use?
This one's about 10 times sharper and quicker than my other knife.
Now we're going to cut up an orange for the fruit salad. So what do you think about this knife?
This is a great knife. It's so much sharper than my other knives. It's doing a really good job. Slices right through.
What do you think about the fact that it's a single tang knife with a solid piece of steel through it? Does it feel more stable?
Yeah, it's not heavy, but yet you can tell it's got some weight to it.
We both give it a 5-star rating. This review is done by JJ CEO. I'd like to tell you that I received a sample for test and evaluation, and I didn't promise a review, but I promised if I gave one, it would be fair and honest.